So anyone can visit a college campus at any time, and we really encourage students and parents to go and visit campuses, go to a sporting event, go to a theater production, a dance production, um, a, a musical production. Walk around a campus, see what the students seem happy. Are they having fun? That's a really good way just to, begin to think about college. But once you get to be a junior in high school, you really should go on some formal visits. And that means by formal, letting the admissions office know that you're there. You can usually sign up online on the admissions website or call. And when you're there, you probably want to take a tour or attend an information session and learn as much as you can. During a tour, they're going to take you to the dining hall. They're going to take you to see maybe a dorm. They'll take you to some classrooms. And you will, once you begin to do that from one college to the next, you'll really begin to start to see what you like about some schools better than others. And that's really, you can make that can be really fun. Look at the Q&A. So I have a question here that's a really good one, and I have to think about the answer. Can you recommend a Know Thyself questionnaire for college applicants? Um, I have to think about that, and I will see what I can find and maybe send it out when I send the follow-up. But one thing I would say is um, for students to think about what they are like as a student. What classes do they like best? Why do they like those classes? What do they like to read? What activities do they like to do with their friends? Um, and then I'm going to show you a list of essay questions or essay prompts in a little bit. And those might get students thinking as well, because that exercise of knowing thyself is really important. So I'm glad you brought that up. All right, another place you can get to know some colleges is through a college fair. So there are two big organizations, NACAC and NEACAC, that have college fairs all over the country. You can go to those websites. And NACAC has the Boston National College Fair. This year it's going to be in March at the Convention Center in Boston. And NEACAC has smaller fairs all around. So check that out. You can sign up and check out which colleges are going to be there beforehand. It's usually hundreds. And that way maybe you can circle the colleges you want to make sure to talk to. And it's such a great chance to be able to talk to colleges from all over the country, because you can't be visiting everywhere, but that helps you narrow down the colleges you really want to apply to. There's sometimes information sessions at these fairs as well. You'll talk to representatives from many colleges. It really is a great way to continue to learn about how colleges operate and how they're different from one another. And then eventually you will have to decide, where am I going to apply? And we call that sort of the final list of colleges you're going to apply to when you're a senior. And we say that you should apply to a number of colleges where it's likely that you will be admitted. And what does that mean? That means that when you look at the profile of current students, you seem to fit that profile of grades and test scores. If that's, and when you go to visit the college or you talk with the admissions folks, they seem to think that you really fit that profile. So likely, you want to apply to many schools that you're likely to be admitted to. That's going to leave you choices and options. But I mentioned that this is a competitive process. Some colleges are very selective. They are small and they bring in students from all over the world or all over the country. So it can't always be likely. So then you want to apply to some colleges where it's possible you'll get admitted. And that means you basically fit the profile, but it's a very competitive college, so it's possible that you'll get in. And you may fall in love with some schools that are very, very competitive. I would say this about all of the Ivy Leagues and that elite group of colleges that compete with the Ivy Leagues. It's a reach for everyone. I mean, you could have perfect test scores and perfect grades and have done many wonderful things in high school and still just not be admitted at in a given year just because of the number of applications and the fact that colleges take so many students from all over the world and they only take a small number for a freshman class sometimes. So that can mean that those type of colleges are a reach for everyone. But you should still, if you really love a college that is one of those very demanding colleges, you should still apply, but just make sure you have the likely and the possible colleges on your list as well.